We are counting down the days until we return together to in-person gatherings. And I'm excited about this. And I want to give you some information as we get ready to roll towards this so that you're prepared and you're ready for wherever you're at in your journey of navigating COVID as we experience what re-entry is going to start looking like together as a church family. And so on Easter, April 4th, we are going to move to an outdoor service in our parking lot. It's going to be at 10 a.m. And what we're going to do is gather safely. We're going to be wearing our masks. We're going to be socially distant. You're going to need to bring your chair. So if you've been to a patio service, a lot of the things we've done at the patio service, that's how we'll be doing these services going forward. But we're stepping up our game in so many ways. And so we're going to have our worship teams back in full effect week after week as we roll into these services. We're going to have our guest experience teams there to help people get settled in and to welcome people. And we're going to have special parking designated in the parking lot behind where people will be seated. So if you want to come but need to stay in your car, you can stay in your car, and we'll be using an FM transmitter to put the service out to you so you can come but be in your car if that's where you need to stay safely right now. Now, I want to answer some of the questions that you might have about these services as we go forward. So maybe one of your questions is, well, what about online? Will that still be an option? Absolutely. What we're going to do is live stream those Sunday morning services so you can log in at 10 a.m. and still take in the service. And instead of watching services that we've put together at our homes and edited into a video like we've been doing, what you'll do is be watching the whole service live coming to you at home. And so the music will be there, the teaching, the announcements, and that's a great option for you if you're not yet ready to return to an in-person gathering or you're just not able to physically get there. We'll also be recording it. So if you miss that time slot entirely, whether it's because you can't make it or whatever's going on, the service will be recorded and we'll put it online so you can take it in later in the week. Now, what you'll need to do if you're coming, obviously we've talked about this, you'll need to bring your face mask, bring your own chair because we're going to spread out in the parking lot around where we'll be doing the service. The restrooms will be open for limited access to the building as needed, and we'll have things cleaned up so that if you have to go use the bathroom, you can go in and use it. But it's not a place where we'll be hanging out and mingling. I don't mean the bathroom, I mean the lobby. We won't be hanging out inside in the lobby just yet. The parking lot is where we'll be mingling about and socially distant, engaging with one another. Now, what about kids and kids programming? So the California guidelines have so many layers of how to do this and what you can't do. And I mean, that's really one of the reasons we're staying outdoors at this point in time, because of the limitations of even going back inside. And those limitations would include no kids programming. So we're going to have kids programming offered as we go into these services, and they'll be along the side of the building outdoors with all of our amazing next gen teams. Now here's the deal, as we're rolling back, we're rebuilding our strength as a church, and so we're putting teams back together, and at this point in time we'll only be able to offer kids programming for these outdoor services on the first and third Sundays of the month. So that means for Easter, we'll have kids programming in place, and then it'll be in that rhythm of the first and third. But as we regain strength and volunteers begin to reemerge and we're able to, we want to get back to a weekly rhythm, but we're going to work our way to that. So we want to make sure you know that as parents, that you can plan accordingly. And so there may be a Sunday where it doesn't work for you to come to the live service because the kids program won't be there, but you can take the service in at home if you need that option. Now these services, we're going to keep them roughly 50 minutes long, so that way we're not sitting outside too long, but we're able to have a good, meaningful experience together. And it's going to be a good time for us to gather. So I want to encourage you, go online, see more information about what we're doing. But as we're rolling towards Easter, let's step into this moment together as we celebrate Jesus and this incredible gift of new life that he offers to every single one of us. And I want to encourage you, reach out in your relationships and your friendships as we're stepping out of COVID as a culture. I think a lot of people are going to have questions and they're going to be hungry for more than what they've experienced in life so far. And what an incredible opportunity this coming season will be for us to invite people to come and see for yourself who this Jesus is as we share him. And our desire as a church is that we want to help people discover and experience new life in Jesus. And one of the ways we do that is through our large gatherings together. So New Life, here we go. The adventure is on. I look forward to seeing you in person outdoors as we start these services. So now we're going to